All right. So, very good afternoon, guys. Let's begin with our today's alumni meet. Uh, so, as of now, lot of interview questions we have already gathered, and also all the questions we are displaying it on the notice board outside. We are sharing it in the WhatsApp groups with the students who have already started with advanced classes, and we have also formed a book based on the questions given by the placed candidates called as a question bank, which is a preparation book for placements. So placement scenario right now, we are seeing a good spike in terms of placements. The number of candidates getting placed numbers has been on the good side. Like last week I had a tally of 38 candidates getting job, right? So average, if I'm looking at it, the numbers are increasing after implementation of new syllabus. However, just to ensure that whatever placement records we are maintaining, they are maintained very transparently, accurately, and genuinely, so that we don't have any fake statistics being presented. So at the reception desk, we always maintain mobile numbers in an Excel with the placed candidates data. So whenever you visit PSA 9632629033, so whenever you visit Pankaj Sir Academy, you can go to the reception desk and you can access the files. And also if you want to interact with any of the candidate from that file, we can help you connect with them to get your queries resolved. Okay. So the next thing, okay, first candidate for the day, I would be inviting, uh, 1 minute, hold on, huh? Guys, somebody, why is that? Don't do that. By mistake, people would have done that. Okay. So the first candidate I would invite today is Vidyan Shu. So Vidyan Shu, please unmute yourself. Vidyanshu, unmute yourself. Vidyanshu Singh. Okay. So I will invite the next candidate meanwhile.
Hello.
Mohammed.
Hello.
Yeah, Vidyanshu. So Vidyanshu, let's begin with your introduction, and very importantly, see, of course, the companies that you've got placed in, what packages they have offered you, but what is very important for all of us is to know in the interviews what all questions are being asked, because the one who has already experienced the interviews, he knows very well what is that they're demanding from the candidate in the interviews, right? So let's also understand, your interviews were online or offline, and if you have attended any interviews offline, we would like to have the experience of that. And again, when you attend interview online, so what was your learnings during online interview? Let's start with this, Vidyanshu.
First of all, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Vidyan Shu, and I have completed my BTech in Computer Science in 2024. And recently, in March month, I joined a company like NSC, National Stock Exchange of India, through PSA. And last 3 months, I am doing job there. Yeah.
Okay. So we all want to know, very importantly, the interviews that you gave, were all these interviews online or was it offline as well?
Yeah, sir. Actually, total I have 7 interview I given at that time, and out of 7, I have cracked 3 interviews. Like one is like TCS, and one is like NSC, and one is like Kiva fragrances from Mumbai. It's also, and TCS offer me like 8 LPA, and NSC offer me like 7.5 LPA, and Kiva also offer me like 7.5 LPA. And I discuss with you which company I joined, and you suggest me ki, like background verification in TCS is very hard, and you need to join like NSC. So I joined NSC at that time.
Okay. So your interviews were all online, Vidyan Shu. Did you attend any interview offline?
Yeah, actually, like NSC in last round, managerial round, I attend offline. Uh, I told you, sir, he asked me for one more round, and he arranged for aeroplane ticket for me. You told me ki, actually he is interested on you, and so he arranged a ticket for you. Actually,
Right.
one round of
So
interview,
Vidyan Shu, tell me,
yeah,
people are very scared to go for offline interview, right? Many students, they hesitate to go for offline interview. So can you just tell them exactly, going for offline interviews, is there anything we have to get tensed about? Because people, they wait only for online interviews, and offline they tend to miss it. I know offline is actually easier than online. One who goes for offline,
yes, sir,
his
yes.
interviews are easier, but people are scared. So please tell us, what exactly is your opinion?
Yes, sir. Sir, actually, three rounds I give online for NSC, and last round for managerial round, I attend for offline. And in managerial round, he only asked me like my past companies and my project, and how do you work, and how do you follow sprint, and what is your package, and how much you expected from me. These are questions. The questions he asked me.
So there is nothing that you get scared about it. The whole interviews, if you give offline, no, you will have more less competition. Okay. So if any offline interviews are there, do go for it. Okay. Coding around, in fact, offline will not be there because there are no laptops. It is going to be face to face rounds only. Laptops are not going to be there in most of the cases. In fact, online coding round will happen. Okay. Right. So coming to questions, Vidyanshu, tell us in detailed manner all the questions starting from basic to advanced project work, whatever they have asked you.
Yeah, sure, sir. So basically, like first round of interviewer ask only like basic questions of Spring Boot related, and like in second round, he puts like more advanced like microservices and some topic of like Spring security and like Spring MVC. And after in last round, mostly he talk about like your project and what project you mention in your resume, and all questions he ask your like a project related, and how to complete your project in your company, and like sprints, how to follow your sprints. Yeah, these are questions.
Okay. So you said some project related questions they've asked. So what questions in projects they asked?
Yeah, actually, how to implement like each small microservices to communicate each other, and like how, uh, how to decide ki in a module how many API you need to build. Like first we told him is first we get a Figma, yeah, like user story, and then we need to decide how many API we build in this module, and how many get API and post API, and some questions of Spring security, how to implement like Spring security in your project, and uh, how to manage uh, if any user lots of user like reach your website, and how to manage it. These type of questions, scenario based questions, real scenario based questions.
Okay. So microservices, how they
Basically, sir,
communicate with,
so yeah, basically, sir, I follow like ChatGPT. During I prepare a notes for ChatGPT. I give our project name and told ChatGPT, please give me some scenario based questions are a related topic like microservices and Spring
hmm,
security, uh, that time I noted that question on my notebook, and before interview, uh, I read like these questions, and some questions are related to my notebook.
Hmm. Okay, so there is a lot of preparation on scenario based questions people have to be clear with. Microservices, how they communicate with each other, high level design of your project, low level design of your project, right? Then after API gateways, how do you apply Spring security in your microservices, JWT token implementation in microservices, then microservices design pattern, okay, Saga design pattern, circuit breaker design pattern, that is resilience, so, design pattern, things like that. So everything we people have to be well prepared with before you go for interview. Questions on GitHub you might get, questions on, after GitHub you will get it on Agile, which is very important. With Agile Jira, they will ask you, indirect questions like how work is being allocated in your company, right? How the work is being assigned to you, okay? The defect, how it is being allocated, so you should have idea about Jira. So like this, lot of things you people have to prepare, put that in your resume very nicely. You should give them a feel that okay, practically I am having good knowledge. Then we begin with the placements part. Okay, right. So Vidyanshu, thank you so much for joining us. We wish you all the best. The next candidate I would be inviting is Shahid.
Hello,
So
sir. How are you, sir?
I'm fine, Shahid, how are you?
Fine, sir.
Okay, so Shahid, let's start with your introduction, companies that you have got placed in, packages, and very importantly is the interview questions. Okay, what all things we have to be prepared with. One thing is microservices, yes, but with that scenario based questions you have to be prepared with on your projects. Okay, back to Shahid, let's start.
Hello, guys. My name is Andy Shajapudi. I joined the PSA in September 2022, and I'm a pass out of the 2022. When I joined the PSA, after 6 months, I was applying for the interviews and giving interviews, but I was not selected. So far, I took a break for 2 to 3 months. Then I come to my home. Then again, I started preparing for that. Then I took 3 to 4 months. Then I got many offers from the Indian companies, but I was looking for the outside of India, especially the UAE. Then I got the offers from the outside of India, UAE. First client was from the Bahrain, and the second was from the Dubai. So I choose the Dubai, and the package of both the companies have the same, but I choose the Dubai location because this is very. I mean, we have lots of my friends over there, and family members are also in Dubai. So I choose there, and they offered me the 27 LPA per annum. And when they took me when they took the interview, it was online mode. So the interview lasts for the 12 minutes only. They
Okay,
asked me only, yes sir,
one thing, sorry to interrupt you in between.
yes sir.
Shahid, as you were very interested to apply outside India and then you decided to go to Dubai. Right now you are in Dubai, if I'm not wrong, and you've joined a
Sir,
company. Huh?
yes sir, I just came on a annual leave sir after 6 months sir.
Okay. So I want to know the procedure, how people
Yes.
can apply for UAE and Dubai jobs.
Sir, actually sir, there's lots of procedure over there, but first you have like first I was using the Naukri Gulf application and then LinkedIn basically. So there is a one company who reached out to me and he called me and he scheduled my interview with the client. So I mean, there is a telecommunication client. Right now, I'm working with it. So they took me interview for the 12 minutes only. They asked me all the basic questions of Spring Boot and Docker, Kubernetes that I have done in my project and cloud too. And basically, they more focused about the project that I have added in my projects. I have added 2 projects in my resume. So I
Okay.
was able to explain very well.
So now you gave interview online, they asked you
Yes.
questions, you got selected. Then what happens after that?
They send me tickets, visa, and the hotel booking. risk free over there.
So they send the tickets, visa, and the hotel booking room. Okay,
Yes, sir.
right. So just for our understanding for the students, right?
Yes.
So for you to work in Dubai, okay, there the visa there is no interview that you need to give.
Look, sir, the interview was online.
No, no, no. For visa, any interviews do we have there?
Nothing like sir, nothing. Because
Nothing.
I already told them, because I already told them one thing that you like there was a class for Isma building. I
Okay, so the
attended your class.
employer takes care of the visa part, everything if you're applying in Dubai, and
And
then
one
the ticket
I told them,
stay he takes care of it. That's what it is when people apply for UAE or Dubai location.
yes, sir, and sir, I already told them that I have already worked with the UA clients.
Okay, so you have already told that you work for UAE client. So
Yes, sir.
compared to India, Dubai interviews are easy. You are telling.
Sir, very best, sir. There is no chap like India, sir. They don't. There is no hectic job like India, sir. There is no 2 or 3 rounds. There is only one round. If you are able to communicate well, you are able to explain project very well, then you are enough.
Okay,
That's all.
so it's not like the interviews are very tough like India. See, it's
Yes,
like
Indian
easy.
culture is very bad for as a interview purpose, sir. Very bad.
And after joining there, Shahid, tell me about the working part. How tough it is, how difficult it is.
Sir, when I joined the company, sir, I was asking to my colleagues, sir, why they hired me. There is no project to do, sir. Two to
Huh,
three months I was in there, only
huh,
sleeping, eating.
huh. Then,
Then after, sir, then after I got a project, they give me a project to. There was a portal,
huh,
a portal. I have used HTMX and the Spring Boot.
huh.
I just delivered them project within a month. That's all. And
Okay,
till
so
now
projects were easy. It's not that very complex things they make you work on.
they are not pressuring to us that you have to give in within a week, within 2 weeks. There is nothing like India, sir.
Huh, 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 huh. So it's a good, basically,
Yes, sir.
you've understood, that people, because you have a strong approach of Nokri through which you can apply for UAE, correct?
Like, so
And
when you are outside India, you have to communicate very well, sir. Like you can't say. First thing I would suggest to everyone that you have to speak very well. Communication is very important in UAE. When you comes out from the India, you have to speak very well. You are able to explain projects very well.
hmm, hmm,
There's
hmm,
lots of like, and you have to explain project very well. Basically you have to explain design pattern that you have uses like the single
hmm.
churn, etc. And
Okay,
there are microservices also.
right.
And
So things are very easy go, comfortable, okay, and people can apply one more window for people, and communication has to be strong. He's stressing on that. Good communication skills, if you have, then
because they are not knowing to you who are you and what you have worked. When you speak to someone, then only they knew you.
huh,
So that's all. You have to speak and explain about yourself very well, what you have done.
right. So it's not like this. See, clients interaction, communication skill is must and should. And one of the communication skills app, which I have recommended to some of the
One more thing,
students,
sir.
you should all try this.
Sir,
See,
one more
I've
thing, sir.
already told this. This was recommended by one of my student actually. So he
Sir, actually,
explored, then he told me that use this app, and this is free to use. So this is a wonderful app called as Peer Up, PEERUP. Now you can just
sir,
download this app. After downloading, there are two versions in that. One, you have the free version. Let's see what it is all about.
sir, once you suggested to us to do the
Uh,
demo of the interview, mock interview, sir,
I'm
which is
sharing
very, very
as
Is
well.
impossible. Introducing PeerUp, your English speaking environment. On PeerUp, you can practice conversational English with like minded peers for free and receive instant feedback as well as personalized exercises from your AI mentor. During onboarding, share your interests and take a simple test to determine your level. With a single tap, connect instantly with a peer for one-on-one audio calls where you discuss your favorite topics in English. After each call, you receive instant feedback and tailored.
This is a very wonderful app, guys. You try this out. Especially my April 22nd batch students have given me very good feedback. So what happens is people like you, they come online. As I was seeing in the video, I have not explored this, but when I recommended just to take the feedback from students, I got a good feedback. So you can then do one-to-one online communication with them, right? So along with the course, if these things you start doing it, half an hour for communication, rest of the day for technical things, you will be in a better position to crack your interview. And also there is a paid package in that. Obviously 199 rupees they're charging a month, but definitely that will have more good features where it's an AI based learning for communication skills. So this is nothing to do with the writing skills, it's more to do with the spoken communication skills. So try this out, people. And till now the feedback has been very excellent. Okay, you don't require any academy to join for communication classes. Right, back to Shahid. So Shahid, now um, how many days does it take altogether for a person to apply, get through, and get a job there?
Sir, I can't say that because I was actively applying on the Naukri Girl because I used to spend 1 hour, more than 1 hour, used to apply on the LinkedIn and the Naukri Girl every day, sir, every day. I was not using the social media any, so I was using my time on Naukri Girl, LinkedIn basically, and Naukri for India.
So did you use Naukri for UAE?
Yeah, Naukri, no, Naukri Girl, sir, it's Naukri Girl.
No, for UAE we have a separate thing. Naukri. You see this?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. This
Naukri
is
Girl.
Naukri Girl. Yeah,
Correct.
you
So
have.
this is the
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
People
yes, sir.
can
This is.
use it. Naukri Girl. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. But
Uh,
before applying, you have to make your resume very well. That you should make your resume as you mentioned in your resume building
hmm,
class and use mock interviews. Basically, it's a very beneficial for the interview purpose.
hmm, okay. And also some students like this from Mauritius, they had applied and they joined, and
Yeah, yeah,
people have been working there. But
but,
package wise, there is no much difference. Whatever they are
yeah, sir.
giving salary in India, same package you are getting there. Correct?
Once once you are putting on your resume that you have worked with a foreign client, you will basically you will definitely you will selected for the interview, no doubt.
Okay. So salary wise, is there any difference, Shahid?
That
Salary
is a
wise
huge.
that you see in India, UAE, any difference is there?
Correct. The amount of like there are my few friends who is working in the Bangalore basically, the amount they are getting salary, that same amount I am paying with the grocery or room rent or etc. Pocket money.
Also, completely expenses is happening.
Yes, sir. It's basically they offered me 27 PA, sir.
They're
27 PA.
offering only 27K.
27 PA, sir.
Okay, yeah, yeah, okay. Because
Million.
some students, when they applied, no, 6 lakhs, 7 lakhs of package they were offering, and they cross question that much I'm getting in India only, then relocating, what is the point? So,
So,
again,
so one more thing, sir. Because sir, like I once I was selected for the client, the first client which was from the Bahrain. I told you, sir, I gave them around like I gave them a quotation that my current salary is a 1.5 LPA. Then after they increase my salary, sir.
okay, so what is your current salary now?
Sir, 2.2 lakh 3,000 Indian money.
Okay, Indian money, 2.2 lakhs per month you're getting now.
Yeah,
Okay, then that's a good money.
yes, sir.
So, thank you, Shahid, because uh, this is something very different experience in our alumni meet, what we had. So, I think when we are applying in the final round, you can tell my current package is, let's say, some 12 LP or 13 or 14 LPA,
Yeah,
and
but
huh?
increment like when you are giving any client that is foreigner, you have to mention that this is my current salary. I got the when I was placed in the company, I was getting the less salary than after the increment. Then this is my current salary. You have to mention increment basically. You have to arrange the thing very properly that they can't understand your line with themselves. Basically, you have to be very suspicious. I mean, they are very suspicious to every step. They will check your documents, everything, that thing you are speaking to them, that thing you are writing on your resume, you putting on your resume, everything they will check it. They will cross question you. You have to, you have to answer them very confidently, boldly. Do not hesitate.
Hmm. Okay, right. So thank you, Shahid. We wish you all the best and congratulations once again. Okay,
Yeah.
so we'll now
Mm.
invite the next. I hope this was confidence giving talking to Shahid. Okay, so we are going to invite the next candidate, that is Savant. He's not here. Arijit. Okay, Arijit is here. So let me invite Arijit.
Hello, hi sir. How are you, sir?
Yeah. Hi, Arijit.
How are you, sir?
I'm fine, Arijit.
Thank
So, Arijit, let's start with your introduction, companies that you've got placed in, and we want more idea about the interview questions. What is the trending topic right now in interviews?
So
What
I'm
is trending more?
23 pass out. So currently I'm working on Coforge. So the trending questions are mostly about microservices
Hmm,
and the patterns, design patterns,
hmm,
and like how you are managing, how is your agile life cycle, and how you managing logs. What are the
hmm,
tools you are using for logs? As I mentioned during the interview, like I have used Splunk and WinSCP.
hmm.
So this kind of question mostly they are asking mostly about the architecture of your project and the microservice architecture they ask.
Okay. So microservices architecture, trending topic right now. People all try to complete our microservices project. Don't skip that because that should help you to answer all of these things very nicely in an interview. Fine. Definitely you have to work on that. Okay. So now interviews given by you were online or
So
offline, Arjit?
like online only, sir. It's been like more than 1 year I have worked on Coforge.
Hmm,
Currently, I am switching to another company.
hmm,
So there also they are mostly asking
hmm,
regarding this microservice and
hmm,
what are the modules you are working on your current project, what your roles and responsibility,
hmm,
like how is your application is token based or not.
hmm.
This kind of question they are mostly asking.
Okay. So is your application having any kind of the JWT token implementation? How did you implement Spring Security in your microservices architecture? How JWT token concept works in microservices? Because microservices has multiple projects. So how JWT token you implemented here? What is API gateway? Things like that. And it's
In
not
like
difficult. If you know Spring Boot Hibernate and further things very systematically if executed, things are okay, easy. It's not going to be complex. Okay,
yeah,
right.
yes.
Then tell
So
us more about your current company. So,
current
what kind
company,
of project you have been working on,
so
and tell us your day-to-day activity in the company.
so current company is Coforge. So the project I am working on is Noida Airport Cargo project.
Huh.
So day-to-day responsibility, I am involved both in UI and backend as well.
Hmm.
So here they are not using Hibernate. They are using something MyBetis, which is completely based out like for the query. We need to write the raw query
Hmm.
instead of like this. We have the predefined method find and find all in
Hmm.
Hibernate. So we
Hmm.
don't have any sort of predefined method.
Hmm.
So we need to write the raw query.
Hmm.
And yeah, like initially I'm like struggling bit to
Hmm.
understand the project flow.
Hmm.
Later on, then I get to know and understand. I create very good relationship with like my teammates. So
Hmm.
they help me to understand the project initially.
Hmm. 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 So usually when the technologies are different, mismatch happens. It all depends on the colleagues and their support, because most of the time colleagues are something 85 to 90% of the time they tend to help the beginners joining the company. See, this is the feedback from my earlier students. And then slowly, with their help, people they start feeling comfortable and start understanding the things. Okay, so this is another thing. People, when you join the company, it's not that every time you join and immediately you're comfortable with working. It will take time for you to settle down. 85-90% of the time colleagues will be supportive, but sometimes when colleagues are not supportive, that's where things becomes a bit challenging, right? So avoid startup companies. When colleagues are not supportive, when you join some startup companies where some 10-15 people are working, they're overloaded with the work, they're already irritated, right? Such people, if you expect the support, one who is angry, he will never be able to give you the support. So I always tell candidates, go for MNC companies, never go for startup companies. At least 200 employees, minimum employee strength 200. Okay, any company with employee strength 10, 15, 20, avoid it. Okay, right. Huh.
Yes, sir. As you said, like colleagues are most important. So we need to know how to approach a colleague.
Hmm.
So I know my friend as well, like who joined from PSA only.
Hmm.
So they joined in Coforge only. From like initially they assigned to a project, they very was struggling for basic code operation as well. They are not able
Hmm.
to understand
Hmm.
because might be they are not prepared well during the time of
Hmm.
studies.
Hmm.
So like it's been 1 year, they never involved in the project, and
Hmm.
it's 1 year completed and they are not even working,
Hmm.
and 1 year is completed.
Hmm. But still company is giving them salary. If a
Yeah.
candidate cannot do basic CRUD operation, which means it's understood that their preparation was nil during the training, right? So cracking interview should not be just the target, guys. Please ensure practically you experience your learning. This is very very important thing. Okay,
Yeah.
what questions did you get on Spring Security?
Yeah, Spring Security mostly on the microservice I get. And first round is initially mostly about basic question like
Hmm.
Spring Boots, what
Hmm.
is thread pool,
Hmm.
and they ask what is concurrent hash map. This is about my current interview. Like I'm
Hmm.
switching another company now. I'm in
Hmm.
notice period. So this is about my current interview. It's been 1 year. So I forgot
Hmm.
all these questions which is asked by
Hmm.
Coforge. So
Hmm.
this is about the current interview I have given.
Hmm. So they'll ask you, how do you implement Spring Security, right? Tell me what all things did you develop to implement Spring Security? Have you used JWT token? What are the advantages of JWT token? Right? How did you implement that? Can you please tell me more about it? Things will be like that. Okay. How did you perform authorization in that? Okay. What is authentication manager? Correct. So what is username password authentication token class used for here? Correct, things like that. What are filters? These questions will be asked, be prepared with it. Okay, so guys, thank you so much, Arjit, for joining
Thank
and sharing your experience with us. Now we have Rishabh, next candidate. So Rishabh, let's start.
Yeah, hi everyone. Yeah, hi
Hello.
sir. Good
Huh.
afternoon.
Good afternoon, Rishabh. So Rishabh, tell us about your qualification, company placed, uh, your package, and interview questions.
Sure. So, hi everyone. Myself Rishabh Vyas, and I got passed out in 2019 from mechanical branch, and I got placed 4 months ago. I'm about to complete 4 months in my company, and I got placed in Sabre Travel Technology, and I got offered of 8 LPA in this company. This is a US based product based company. So the environment is very cool and team is also cool. They support me for like about 1 or 2 months in each and everything to get friendly with the project also. And if I say about interview questions, so mainly the interviewer want you to have exposure on cloud side and as well as on the microservices and on Spring Security. so that you get settled up in their company or you met their requirements.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, can we know more in a detailed manner about the interview questions?
Sure. So, sir, actually, interviewers for like first round, they will go for the core Java questions and or the challenges you faced in your recent project or project related question. We can basically say like what all modules we have worked on and how we implemented each and everything in those modules. And in microservices, if we are working, so how we used to communicate one component to other, and like are we using thin client or are we using any messaging tool like RabbitMQ or Kafka and all if we have any exposure. And the most important is our oops concept. And the collection part is also important. They ask many questions related to hash map and the linked list and all. And other thing I can say, multi-threading and concurrency questions they also used to ask regularly in most of the interviews around. And beyond that, they also required Java 8 knowledge. Like if we are aware about lambda expressions and streams and parallel streams, and how we used to handle exceptions in that. All these questions they you regularly ask for the interviews.
Okay. So, these are the kind of questions that you've been getting it. Be prepared with that. And guys, very important, as he said, in microservices, the same questions people have been telling how one microservice communicates with another, why Kafka was used, what's the purpose of Kafka, things like that. Then, did they ask you anything about config servers?
Not sure about config servers as far as I remember, but for CI/CD integration, they will definitely ask like if we have any exposure or knowledge on Jenkins or GitHub Action tools to deploy or build pipeline for our project,
Hmm.
and Docker
So,
too.
CI/CD pipeline, Jenkins, again important. Now, if you're learning Jenkins, then Docker is important. If you're learning Jenkins, Docker, Kubernetes important. Now, before all of these things, GitHub important. Okay. So, if you're learning this, then Sonar Cube needs to be added up. So, these all are interlinked. Now, if you do that, okay, that part of our syllabus, if you're covering, then advantage will be much higher for cracking interview, because nowadays in call itself they're asking, do you know AWS concepts, right? So most of the students are coming and telling me this, so don't take your AWS classes lightly. Okay.
Exactly. So, like cloud knowledge should be there. Should we all have because they must ask about AWS, and even in my present company, I am working on GCP
Hmm,
because I never get exposure towards
hmm,
GCP, but in short
hmm,
span of time, I get used to it on
hmm,
how to work or how to integrate our project on GCP.
hmm. Right. So I hope you got an idea talking to Rishabh. So guys, we had more people but I'm not able to find them, but I think for today this is enough. What do you say? इतने क्वेश्चंस काफी आज के लिए। एक अपने को एक्सपोजर मिल गया, तो बच्चे कैसे अप्लाई करेंगे इंडिया के बाहर, what happens when it comes to the visa part. So UAE, okay, we have a lot of portals to apply for. Mauritius, where interviews are simpler. Of course IT interviews in India is tough, but these places the IT interviews are not that tough. Okay, so people who are confident enough, they can definitely go for these interviews as well. And a lot of trending concepts we got to know today interacting with candidates, that we have to be very good with microservices. And we have solid lectures on microservices. People can connect with us, take the access of microservices. My students who are studying right in PSA, who have not done microservices classes, try to do that, because I think another 8 to 10 classes the project of microservices will get over. In 8 to 10 days our microservices project will get over, and we are precisely implementing the same thing, right? We are using Kafka, we are developing complete microservices, we are going to learn about microservices design patterns, right? So all of these implementations we are doing it. So I'm spending near about to 45 days of my lecture only on microservices. Okay, so that will give you a lot of idea. That's it, guys. Thank you so much. God bless you all. I hope today's alumni meet has given you confidence that it's not just India. We are limited to apply for placements. If you're good enough, confident enough, try for other places.